Welcome to Chris BI. I'm Chris Wagner, and today we're going to be going through the Data Visualization Guide to Maps. All right, before we head on into it, let's talk about what are we talking about when it comes to maps. Really, we're talking about geospatial visualization of data, which frankly is an entire field of study all to itself. There's so much you can do inside this space when it comes to visualizing data, either across maps or Visio documents. There are lots of experts in this field. You should really go in, and if you're going to go through the process of creating a map, make sure you drill in and you're following a few standard best practices. Number one, let's make sure you have enough room on your page for a given map, right? Maps can take up lots of space. Make sure there's plenty of room for that. Number two, make sure your data has good geotag data. Latitude and longitude data works the best. You can find country, state, zip. That stuff is getting better as we go, but there's nothing wrong with the good Latin long. As you're working on building out your maps, please make sure to simplify. Why do I say that? It's because it's super easy for maps to become overcrowded, hard to read, hard to understand. And if users can't understand what they're looking at when they see that information, they're just going to walk away. Make sure that you've simplified your map as much as you possibly can. All right, let's head down to the data visualization guide. Let's check this out. Okay, so let's, now we've opened it up, let's go over to our maps. I think two of the primary maps that are out there are the filled map. This is a visual that I think it might even still be a custom or in preview, but a lot of these, or the shape map is, I don't remember. There's a few maps that have been in preview forever. To add this in, options and settings, options. Just in case you don't see these maps inside their preview features. Yeah, the shape map visual, the visual that's been in just like the default optional feature that Microsoft added like 15 years ago or something like that. I kid. But just add that in and you'll be good to go. All right. Filled map. Lots of stuff where you can actually even now do this rectangled highlight, which is super cool. As you can see, allows me to drill in and see my different things. Interesting. Some of these aren't working out the way we thought. Oh, weird. All right, I don't know what's going on with my ARCS map, but as you can see, I don't have latitude and longitude information, so I'm just going by some postal codes, and it appears to work for the filled map. Not great for the Azure map. Fairly good for the regular map using Bing. Looks like it's going well for the shape map. Be careful with the data that you have. Make sure that'll really help you hone in on stuff or not. So be mindful that if you don't have good geotags, your map experience may be less good. Honestly, when it comes to maps and whatnot, this is a detailed field of study that, there are some people that have done an incredible job on this. I'm going to recommend that you go out and you check out our friend over at DataTail, Warren Dean. He's done a ton of work around mapping and graphing. He's got a video over on CSGO Pro. I'll put links down below on which is the right map in Power BI for you. Do check him out. Also, our friends over at Discover EI, they do a lot of stuff around mapping. Frankly, they have some of the most beautiful map analytics that I've ever seen. You'll want to go check them out as well. All right. Now, when it comes to maps, there's so much that you could do inside this space. Please don't underestimate the effort that it's going to take to implement a good map inside your system. Starting with good data, making sure you have enough room for the visual is important. But then spending time making sure that you have the appropriate drill patterns, that it's working that the way you want it to is going to be very important when it comes to these visuals. In other words, don't just drag and drop it like you might a bar chart and think that you're going to be done. It's going to take you a little time to make sure that this is working the way you want. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me today as we start to talk about the data visualization guide around maps or geospatial content. if I miss anything, I screwed it all up, you know, and you're like, this guy's nuts. You know, I got a much better resource. Leave the comments, leave those links down below inside the chat. Love to, you know, incorporate those into the next version of the map guide. So please, if you like the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out. I'd really appreciate it. Also, turn on that little alarm bell. You'll get notified every time I publish content. All right. Thank you guys very much. Peace.